Okay. Yeah, he was. It was a. I probably wouldn't have wanted to be that. Yay, another rebel. I'm hoping it's not too many. I'm not so much feelings for this game whatsoever. But how do I get out of this one again? Let me. For there it is. Okay. I'm just checking on something. Okay. Okay, so I need to. It needs to be a space object. For me to get my next quest one, it has to be a. And it is a 30% chance. So if those ones are just repetitive. It's a turreted flower spring. I felt it was smart to fire upon me. Captain Lenore, would you please report to Cargo 27? Your new jewel-studded box has arrived. Captain Lenore, would you please report to Cargo 27? Your new jewel-studded box has arrived. Oh, it's one of these. It doesn't even look like crap. Oh, shit. Yeah. The problem is that the next mission looks exactly like the rest of them. So, I have to take all of them and hope one of them is oh, wrong key. And it wasn't any of these, but let's go anyway. Oh dear. So I have to go to Did I run out? Did I actually miss that? And no, I didn't. Problem is, all of these look exactly the same. I can't abort any of them either. Oh well. Leave. I don't remember this being this long, but I may have just been lucky. See, that's the bigger one. I'm not making no money doing this. Just being said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab one. And okay, so this is the one that is random. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one because I can't undo it. New Babylon. So this is where I need to go. Leave. I should land. And then this is the confirmation Mahari. It only takes you moments to locate the person you're searching for because the Mahari's mind has been brought up in a social environment vastly different from what is expected within the Federation, and to a telepath it stands out like a beacon. With heavy heart, you head towards Bureau HQ and make your report. You're greeted upon arrival by the soldier who's your normal contact, and you quickly confirm to him the Bureau's suspicions. This is becoming intolerable, he comments quietly. We need a new plan of attack and that can ferret out these Mahari faster than you've been doing so far. Keep an eye out, chances we'll be needing you again. So, in spaceport. Yeah, no, leave. Nope. Okay. There we go. As soon as you glide down and land, you cannot help but smile when you see Fillerin waiting for in the spaceport. I see you've grown since we last met. You look like life as a slave is wearing you down. Perhaps I can offer you some temporary cheer. Uh, have you not? Have you yet learned about the javelin or the autumn petal? You shake your head, smiling in eagerness. He laughs and pokes you in the shoulder with his telekinetic finger. Well, watch closely, he says aloud, and I will show you how. You sit down, preparing to follow Felurian's mind, when suddenly your mind is filled with images of him weaving a javelin into existence around himself. After a few moments of surprise, you adjust to the different method of teaching and begin following Felurian's steps weave by weave until you have created a javelin of your own. As soon as he recognizes you have picked up the lesson, he begins bombarding your mind with images of him weaving a flower spring, quickly turning it into a summer bloom, and then weaving what appears to be falling petals around it to contain the enormous energies he is pouring into it. You spend several seconds recreating his weaves whilst getting commentary from Fillerin until you both satisfied. He ends the connection as quickly as he started it, and you come away grinning, but a little puzzled as why he taught you different than Lyrel. Lyrel is a T1. Even though I am a strong T2, his abilities far outstrip mine, not to mention that as a T1, he can unify the energy of several telepaths at once into one wave of energy to use at his disposal. Anyway, speaking of Lyrel, he has been talking to Crane, and she wants to meet her on New England. I hope that I have cheered you up at least a little. You are going to need it if you have to deal with her. And this is the bonuses I get, and I recharge. And the shipyard does not. It still does not. I can go over to Wolf. This one is much slower, but we can change our weapon to the autumn petal, which again I think is turreted. So let's land on New England. You can sense the plotting mind of Commander Crane waiting for you as you slide down through the atmosphere. As soon as you dissolve her protective barrier, she comes over. We're going to start going about looking for the Mafari a little more cleverly, she begins without preamble. Now, you say that you can detect them easily? You nod, realizing that the Bureau may have found a way to exploit your attempts to save the Mafari. Excellent, she says in a satisfying tone. Here's what I want you to do. Simply put, look around. Keep your telepathic senses open. I want you to find these damn Mafari. When you do, I want you to report back here, understand? You nod, your heart sinking in your chest. Good, she replies quietly. Now get to work. Where is that? I can, 26th by the 13th. Let's accept that. On Sarissa, so no, I need to land there.
Captain Lenora de Ange, would you please report cargo 27? Your new jewel-studded box has arrived.
August 2nd, and he wants it by the 20th. Let's see if we can manage this. If you fail, you don't get any money at all. So, oops. It's worth that.
Captain Lenora.
Yes, I do. Yay. As soon as you land, you can sense the foreign thought of Mahari from across the globe. You take the trouble to go and get pictures of Mahari in the local bar so that the Bureau will be able to identify the man should they need to. After getting the photos processed, you head back out in space with a heavy heart to report to Commander Crane. To your surprise, you can sense Commander Crane already waiting for you as you gently slide down through the atmosphere. I take it you have another Mohari to report, she asks grimly, and you nod. Whereabouts? You tell her the exact location and hand over photos. Okay, she nods, barely even glancing at the photos, and you can tell even without touching her mind that things are about to start rolling. We've come up with a plan to deal with these Mahari, and we're needing your skills. Meet me in the bar in 1 hour. Just wondering. You spend the hour sitting in a quiet corner of the bar, keeping the tabs on the location of Commander Crane as she flits from one corner of the Bureau HQ to another. But as soon as the hour approaches, she makes her way to the bar. You can sense in her a newfound focus. The Mohari threat is too large to deal with solely from this end. We believe that we have located most of their network, but it would be too difficult for us to shut it down without them shutting down and going into ground. And given the skills we have seen displayed by these Mahari so far, we will be hard pressed to pull in more than about half of the ones we are aware of. So we will need something else for them to focus on, she tells you seriously. We need the Polaris to bring in as many of their resources as possible so that we can concentrate our effort and nab as much of the network as possible in one single operation. Now, as you may or may not know, Crane explains with a smile, the Auroran operation went forward without a hitch some months ago. We now have a unified ally that shares our border with the Polaris. So I'm ordering you to liaise with the Auroran task force, she continues forcefully, that is currently forming in the Sendar system. Once you have met the task force commander on the Kunjo station, you are to proceed to Polaris Crawford the Carly system, doing as much damage along the way as possible. You attack primarily as a guide, but do not flinch from helping the Aurorans do the work. However, Crane cautions quietly, the Auroran ships are largely irrelevant. If they do not survive to return to Auroran space, I won't be shedding any tears. As it is going to be vexing enough to have to barter with the Moash to gain control over the Polaris. Any questions? She asks. You shake your head, sparing of the damage you're about to inflict. No? Good. Yep. So this is the final one of the final missions where they're in control, quote unquote. Yeah. I don't know where. Okay. Rear. I don't see them. Huge. You sense the all-filled reactions of the waiting Aurorans as they watch you slide down to the lying pad. As soon as you dissolve your protective shell, an older warrior with hundreds of small tattoos covering his exposed areas of flesh makes his way over and introduces himself as the task force commander Arkarsh. You're here to guide us into battle against the mysterious Polaris, no? He asks in a soft, almost sibilant voice, and you nod, sensing that he is one of the most physically capable men you have ever met. We will need a couple of hours to make our final arrangements. Meet me in the bar in 3 hours and we will be ready. With that, he turns on his heels and you watch him give a few quiet orders, whereupon his men scurry into action. You can sense the almost arrogantly self-confident mind of Arkash moving around, receiving reports and giving orders as you sit in the fairly deserted bar. The more you study the man, the more you come to admire him. You can sense his awesome sense of honor, which he uses to guide his every decision, and you are more than a little impressed by his incredible physical capabilities. You can even sense his dislike for his fellow Moash warriors, whom he despises as dishonorable and soft. When he walks into the bar slightly more than 3 hours later, he apologizes for being tardy, but you wave it away as being irrelevant. He bows in response. We are ready to go, he tells you after a short bow. All we need is your guidance. You nod with a thinking heart, remembering Crane's orders to make sure that none of the Auroran ships survived the operation. You guess that the shady morass sent the troublesome but effective Arkash with exactly that in mind. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this. Nil Kimura is going to be a military. There. When I get there, all I have to do is land. So, and jump. And all I have to do is land. So, that didn't go quite as well as I expected it to. That's not actually as surprising as you might think. Okay, the ships are here. They're there. Let's go to Cairo. Kimura. Bismarck. And Killary. And let's see what. And basically, what I'm doing is, as soon as I get there, okay, let's prep a little better for this. Select our autumn petal. Let's map out our jumps again. And let's weapon. Remember the controls. I have 3 darts. I forgot about that. Let's see if we can use them as shields. They'll keep up with me, whereas the others will not. high I really land. Does this have... pollen doesn't. Crap. And I'm stuck with this, unfortunately. Done. I will be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So, I don't have any... Oh, does this have it? It doesn't. I think it only appears when you're actually on the Auroran storyline, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, yeah, I need to do that. I need, 1, 2, 3, and I need to, autumn petal. Autumn petal. Then let's go. I have a bit of a fleet with me, don't I? It's not going to stay there. Other thing I have to do. I have to take off double speed. Okay. Autumn petal. I'm gonna have to take off double speed. I can't react that fast. Oh, I didn't plan my route. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. I think I know what I'm doing this time. What I don't want is a reinforcement fleet coming. That's what I don't want. Okay, so yeah, they pretty much did that. Um, okay, so we need. Okay. Okay, and let's see if we can do this again. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use my afterburner to get into the system quickly, and then slow down to land on the planet. Because that's all I have to do to finish this mission. This is the one I need. I think I just got lucky. Here we go. As soon as you land, you're staggered by several thousand minds attacking you all at once, as the telepaths among the Polaris attack you in a desperate attempt to protect their home planet. None of their attacks is anywhere near enough to destroy you. The sheer volume nearly overwhelms you. In desperation, you begin to twist their attacks away in groups out into space. It's not enough to. It seems like an eternity, but after a titanic battle of around 15 seconds, they break through all your barriers and stab into your mind. In a moment of sheer panic, you try to expel all the energy coming out of your into your mind in a single powerful burst, which you control by adding waves of storm clouds around the summer bloom leaves. You realize in the back of your mind that you've managed to create the devastating winter tempest attack. Suddenly, you understand that if you use the energy that the Polaris perhaps are pumping into you, you are in absolutely no danger of being overwhelmed. You begin dancing amongst the Polaris, using their own energy to build barriers around their telepathic senses to stop them from attacking. Within moments, the Polaris see the futility of their efforts, and the attacks cease. In a flash of inspiration, you realize that you can now see how your brain functions as separate from your mind. With trembling fingers, you reach back and remove the enslavement device, watching with interest the flares of activity in the parts of your brain that it controls, but keeping them from affecting you. In moments, you're finally free. How did you survive the destruction of your nanites? Asked one of the nearby Polaris after several awestruck moments. And with that comment, you realize just how these evil devices retain control of even the most powerful Vellos telepaths. The devices destroy the nanites that are a biological necessity for every Vellos. Then, in a moment of surprise, you can sense that our cap managed to reach an escape pod and is being transported to the surface. You reach out and manipulate his mind, telling him to meet you in the bar. Yep, that does it. I'm not a bureau slave anymore, and I like it. See, and I could buy a Cambrian, because that's the really big. Actually, I can't buy a Cambrian because they're hellishly expensive. But they have a hell of a lot of cargo. But the Sprite, which I could buy, is 500 tons. So 4 times as big as the turtle. And when we get to Velos, we're going to do that. So, Bar. You are forced to reach out and talk directly to the minds of the Polaris who want to hold our cash that you wish to see in the bar. Within minutes, he's standing before you. What is it you want? He asks in a silky, quiet voice, and you scent the anger he feels towards you. In response, you enter his mind and show him an accelerated pace series of images detailing how you were enslaved and your life since until the moment you were able to free yourself. When you release him, he looks stunned for several moments before rising and turning to look at you. Apology accepted, he says, bowing, and you smile, happy that he understood. I guess that I will be spending some time with these mysterious Polaris, but one day I will return to the Empire. As of today, I outright renounce the Moash house and vow to bring down about its downfall. With a nod to you, he turns and indicates the gray-cloaked escorts that he is ready to go. As you watch Arkash being led away, you realize that his last statement would have shocked most Arons. Despite all your telepathic abilities, only now do you sense how powerful his sense of honor is. With a sigh, you close your eyes and launch your mind out in space, trying to locate your friend Lyrel. It takes several minutes, but eventually you are able to sense his mind on Earth, the very edge of your perception. With all your might, you reach out and manipulate his mind, letting him know that you will be coming to see him. After a moment of surprise, he quickly arranges his surface thoughts to let you know that he has understood and he will meet you in the bar. When you open your eyes again, you see standing before you a brown-cloaked woman who you sense is the leader of the Polaris people. What will you do now? She asks. I will learn how to free my friends, you reply quietly. And we're getting close to done. So look, they're not pissed at me anymore. The Aurorans kinda still are, but they aren't. If I remember correctly, that's probably not a lunk, but we're going to do it anyway. Leave. Oh, it's not. Where is it? Clear it. It is. 3, 5, 6. And if I remember correctly, after I land and meet, I am. You slide into one of the Kane Band's many docking bays. You can sense Lyro coming out to meet you. As soon as you drop your protective barrier, he steps forward and you clasp arms as he equals for the first time. I always knew that you were the one. You have only one more step to take, and I'm afraid that my orders prevent me from telling you what it is. If you can make the next step, then my people will have first chance to be free in over 7 centuries. You understand? Nod, understanding that he cannot tell you how to become a T0 because he cannot teach you how to read each level, which might enable you to free him. Crypt, you ask, trying to confirm suspicions as to who you will have to see? No, he answers, but the fact that he answered aloud and that he is completely closed off his mind gives you his real answer. Thank you, Laurel, telling him. You thank Laurel, telling him that it will not be long until you return. He smiles for a moment before turning serious. You had best leave quickly, he tells you, still shielding his mind. As soon as you leave, I will be reporting you as an unenslaved telepath. I doubt they will be sparing any expense in trying to destroy you, now that you are too powerful for them to control. You nod, and the two of you clasp arms again, and you begin to your weaves to bring into existence your javelin shell. Good luck. I hope to see you soon. With that endorsement ringing in your mind, you head out into space and head back to Vellos to find this and speak with the crypt. So, one small problem. If I remember correctly, the crypt are going to try to attack me at this point, as well as the Federation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's hardly bad. Yep, I know. Like you can hurt me. They don't fall on me. They're everywhere. Oh no, they do fall on me everywhere. I know. I want to lead them a little further. They are. Because I want to make this speed up a little. I'm giving them a berth. But they're not near Vellos anymore, which is the point. They're stupid enough to hit the crypt. They're going to have a big problem. Land. You can sense the mighty intelligence of this crypt mind. Focus its awareness not far from where you're landing. As you wait inside, your protective area approaches you and you allow it to enter, whereupon an obsidian figure of a naked woman steps into the interior of your javelin. You wish to know how to free the Vellos. I can help you. They have been ready to evolve beyond this universe for more than a millennia, but have been waiting for the right conditions. I was created when the 6 crypto battle leaders imbued their minds into their nanites at the end of the Vellos War to evade capture. I have grown since then, but I still retain the capacity to act as 6 T1s. Unfortunately, the Vellos will require 7 T1s to sufficiently focus enough energy to allow a single T0 to weld together their entire racial memory into one mind, with enough power to move on. You halt their flow of information with a single question. One mind? T1s can focus telepathic energies. T0 could achieve the true telepathic union. You nod and send her a series of images letting her know that Lyrel is a T1. Then you will need a link. You are a T0 even though you don't know it yet, but you are placed under enough duress you will learn what you have to do. The only way the Vellos link will be with you is if they are ordered to attack you by the leader of the Bureau, because no other source has enough authority for them to go against their standing orders through his being freed. You nod thoughtfully before asking Crypt how to go about trying to provoke Crane and order the entire Vellos into attacking you. Go to Goliath in the South Manchester system and tell the Vellos there that you're going to New England to destroy the Bureau utterly. And if you succeed in getting there, Crane will order Lyrel to try to destroy you. But he will only have any chance of doing so if he uses the energy of all the Vellos into you, and then you can join them into one mind and free them. Then we can worry about moving on. Okay, so let's go to Goliath. We're just about done, and I don't know if this will run over 3 hours, but we will, because we're just about done, I'm going to, gonna walk through it. You can sense the Vellos waiting for you in the bar. You decide you make your way there to confront her face to face. As you sit enjoying a well-earned drink, an athletic-looking, lean-faced man walks out of the crowd and sits down at your table. "You are Captain Wilkie Ainsworth?" he asks politely. You cautiously nod and resume. Um, I don't want bounty hunters right now. There we go. You can sense the bent fellows waiting for you, wondering what you have to say. "I'm going to New England to start destroying the Bureau," you pass on to her without preamble. "No Bureau personnel will be spared." She nods quietly, and you can sense the filaments connecting her to the rest of her race pulsing. The information is passed on. You bow in her direction before heading back to the spaceport to start what is going to be an eventful day. Yeah, they're going to try attacking me every freaking time. And we are going to set our path 4 jumps. And they're going to try to attack me the whole freaking way. Leave. Yep. See, it's a fleet that follows me every step of the way. Come here, please. Deke. I'm gonna land. They're not gonna have anything they can say. I don't know why that fellow's fleet is. I think that's a bug. As soon as you land, you attack the waiting Bureau personnel, frying them instantaneously. Non-telepaths cannot stand against even the simplest of telepathic attacks without heavy shielding. Not even the heaviest shielding can stand for long against the terrible destructiveness of the winter tempest. In minutes, you have cut your way through the Bureau building, destroying everything in your path. You finally reach the inner sanctum, where you are confronted by a calm-looking Lyrel and a frightened Crane. "Attack him now," she says fearfully. "I cannot defeat him, and then get the energy of the rest of you to join. It still might not work. It depends on how skilled he has become. You have no choice," she screams. "Do it." He shrugs and gathers the mental energy of his entire race, launching at you. In desperation, you react by twisting the energy around the minds of the entire Vellos race. Suddenly, the weaves seem to coalesce, and you can feel your consciousness expanding and being joined by thousands of others, all thinking as one, and everything goes black. Prime awakens, looks around, feels small twitches trying to gain control. Irritated, Prime removes the twitches, watches the mental irritations fall to the ground, senses female human, name surfaces, Crane, watches female human places small black device against her head. Prime watches as she tightens a finger around and her senses move away. Prime enjoys feeling another irritation pass. Prime looks up into the higher realms and is greeted by an obsidian mental frame, Crypt. "Come join me, Prime. Together we will explore." Prime wonders and resolves to live again, soon. Prime closes his eyes and falls asleep. As suddenly as everything went black, you feel your consciousness return to its normal size. Your mind is once again contained within your skull, as opposed to being some multi-dimensional space. As everything returns to normal, you find yourself standing across from Lyrel, who is holding his enslavement device in hand and looking down at the headless corpse of Commander Crane. Lyrel drops the evil device on the floor with a look of wonder before looking up at you. "There is something I must do. Meet me in the bar in an hour." Recharge. Bar. As you wait in the bar, you can sense Lyrel destroying all communication devices and sending all sensitive documents to a secure server somewhere else in the Federation. It doesn't take him long, but he and the rest of the Vellos quickly and efficiently disabled the entire Bureau network. "We are ready now. It is time to move on. I need to go to Corel to finish this." With a mental nod, you head to the spaceport to form your javelin and escort Lyrel to see one of the one of the two planets that formed the Vellos civilization of old. So, let's go. I think I'm going to stop there for... And there's Lyrel. And... Yeah, I know. I think it's up that way. Yeah, they can get there fast enough. As soon as you land, Lyro forges together all the mental energy of the Velos race and launches it at the Crypt Mind, who quickly weaves a complex pattern around it before extending it to you in an incredibly focused beam of pure energy. And it only takes you a few moments to repeat the weaves you made on New England, this time including Crypt. And once again, everything goes dark. Prime awakens, faster than before. Prime watches the universe unfold into infinity. The possibilities become limitless. Prime tenses, ready to launch past everything that is into everything that will be. There's a sudden tickle. Prime reaches back and moves a few minor pieces of and feels the game change. Prime smiles, and the harm is wiped away. Prime turns back to what it will be and leaps forward to greet the others already awaiting there. The rest of the humanity always suspected the Vellos were behind the sudden release of formerly secret documents detailing the operations of the Bureau against people throughout the galaxy. However, despite the era of peace and unification resulting from the discrediting of the Bureau and their allies, the Moash House, the role of Vellos was never confirmed. Meanwhile, Prime was waiting. And life went on, and humanity continued to stumble forward. Through wars, through peace, through a seemingly infinite number of crises and all their solutions, humanity somehow survived and grew stronger, and still Prime waited. But eventually, after more than 50 millennia, humans began to look and move beyond the physical universe, and Prime was ecstatic. With open arms, Prime welcomed its younger brother to the higher realms. Once they were together, nothing could stop them. Yay. And I am... Do I remember where I am? It's, yeah, 7. And if we go and look, this is the, well, it's not the credits, but it's the closing center. After more than 40 months, some 1,000 odd pages of notes and background information, 12 short stories, and some 1,000 odd images, about 75,000 man hours, more than 10,000 email messages that take us more than 24 megabytes. Oh dear, they're so old. Of hard drive space, more than 10 gigs of development files, over 30 meetings, and more than one strained friendship, some of which have remained a little cool. Here is Nova. We hope you enjoy it. Oh, and the congratulations on keeping one of the major storylines. That's only one of the 6. Oh, wow, there's 6. Try again, see what else you can find. Good luck, and thanks for playing Nova. So, what do we get in the bar? Yeah, hire Esco, there's nobody. Mission BBS, there's no missions. Trade Center, they sell opals. They buy opals for very high, which is even higher than the other. So if I had some beforehand, but the big thing is, if I had 50 million, I could buy the Kestrel, which I believe is the best ship in the game. 30 tons, 50 tons, 8 jumps, 4 turrets, and 6 guns. albeit if I remember correctly, oh no, its turning is very good. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to. If I remember correctly, there is a little link here, which we land. It is off. We're now in the New Vegas system, if I'm not mistaken. No, Obata. It's in the middle of this nebula. But the thing is, it's here, and theoretically you could get back to it. I think actually it doesn't exist until you finish the game. But I can go back to playing wherever I want. But I don't believe I can actually get another storyline. Yeah, see, this is what it does for me. I'm not worried about those. I really am not. I don't care. That's what I'm up with at this point. I can't get another storyline out of this one. So the stream is over for tonight. I am going to well, next Thursday I am going to probably see if I can get Freelancer running and maybe play some of that. If I can't or forget entirely, I will probably start another pilot on Escape Velocity, or I might play some Void Expanse, which is very similar to this, except newer and 3D. So, thank you for watching today, and have yourselves a good evening.